Girl, this is Monica and welcome back to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I got up early this morning to tell y'all this story. Because, honey, listen, you know how you always never know how people are until it comes down to protecting your brother and your sister. A brother and sister love is something that is so, it should never be broken. But, nevertheless, this is a story about me and my brother Clyde yesterday in Walmart. Bitch, grab your motherfucking seat because it's about to go down. I have to tell y'all about what happened in Walmart yesterday between me and my brother and these bitches. Okay, backstory. My sister Monique transitioned over in 2015. I was working at a nursing home. This girl was the scheduler at the nursing home. She never knew who I was, but she knew who I was, but I didn't know exactly who she was. But I'm going to tell you what happened. One particular day, I went to her office to change my schedule. She had pulled me in the office and she closed the door. When she closed the door, she went into this story about her dude and my sister Margaret. She was like, hey, I was on your page. She was like, I see that you got a sister. I'm like, yeah, like that. She was like, is your sister named Margaret? I'm like, yeah. She was like, can I talk to you for a minute? This is off the record. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. She was like, well, I got this dude and me and him been together for 9 years. He raised my kids, whoop-de-whoop, squabbity-bop, and all this old extra shit. So I knew she was on some bullshit. Immediately, I got on the defense. So while she was telling this story, I'm standing thinking to myself, I'm going to flip this desk over. She was like, your sister was working at this chicken place. I ain't going to say the chicken place name or whatever the case may be. She was working at this place, and he was all interested in her, and he was in her face, and this and that and the third. And she didn't know that we got dogs and all of this other shit. I'm like, okay, well, what that got to do with my sister, though? She was like, well, this, that, and the third, and this, that, and the third. So immediately, me and her start passing words. So when we start passing words, I told her, I said, listen to me. This is not the time or the place to talk to me about my sister. I said, because I just lost one. I said, I'm not in the mood. I said, whatever went on, you need to check him. Don't check her. I said, because he knew about you, she did. I said, so if he was in her face 9 times out of 10, she didn't fuck with him if he was in her face. So she was like, no, that ain't it. I'm like, yes, that's it. I said, but me and your conversation is over. From that point on, me and her never spoke again. Don't come for my sister. So that day when I got off work, I pulled Margaret to the side. I tell Margaret the exact story. Margaret tells me, I never fucked with him, Monica. She was like, he liked me, but I never fucked with him. I'm like, oh, okay. So every now and again, the girl would bring up her dude. But see, what she didn't know is that me and this dude had went to school together before. Me and this dude went to school together before because he had been to my house before. He wasn't messing around with nobody. He was just a friend from school that would come by because my mom's porch was the place to be. So at the end of the day, I had told her this. And I made it clear. I said, I had talked to Margaret about this man. I said, she didn't even mess with him. I said, he was trying to mess with her. He kept offering her money, wanted to take her out and all this other stuff. And Margaret wouldn't be bothered with him. She was like, oh, no, he ain't like that. And that money, that truck and all this other stuff is in my name and all this other shit and this, that, and third. I said, Margaret was never up in that truck. Margaret never gave a damn about this dude. But nevertheless, she believed that she did. But I know my sister, she wasn't messing with it. So maybe like 3 or 4 months after that, I kept getting rolled up because she kept running to the DON who was her friend and lying on me. So I went the fuck off in that damn nursing home. I went off, clean off, boom, fire, boom. Okay, so time went on. Never seen her, never none of this other stuff. But before I left, she made it clear that she had been to my mama's house looking for my sister. I made it clear to her the day that I got fired. I told her, if I had caught you at my mama's house, I would have kicked your ass. She told me, she was like, well, I was going to knock on the door. Little did she know on the other side of that door was Mary King. My mom would have either did 2 things. She'd have shot through that door or my mother would have whooped her ass. But nevertheless, if my mama had knew that girl came to my mom to her house, my mom was going to handle her business because that's what you don't do is disrespect my mother at her house. But the girl was stupid. Fast forward to yesterday. Okay, so Clyde gave me a call after I get off work. He like, Monica, I'm at Walmart. I'm like, oh, okay. He was like, I'm at Walmart. If you want to come out here, go ahead and come out here. I asked him, I said, Clyde, do you have that Mortal Kombat game? He was like, yeah. He was like, but it's at the house. And he was like, well, how about if I buy you one when we get to Walmart? I said, oh, okay, Clyde. I said, but never. I said, if they don't have it. I said, don't worry about it. I said, because I think Edie got it. Like that, he was like, oh, okay. So we walking around Walmart. We walking. He picking up stuff. He counting all this other stuff. He's looking for his groceries. He tell me, he said, Monica, grab what you need. I call Edie on the phone like, what do we need? And she tell me a couple things, so I grab them. Honey, we in the store. We as not by each other. Clyde is like 2 carts up from me, but we in the aisle. Immediately, you know how you looking down and you not paying attention? But I was talking shit to Clyde. He could hear me. But he wasn't close to me. But me and my brother don't look nothing alike. Not the shade color, not the height, none of it. You can't even put him to me because we don't look nothing alike. But Clyde was 1 cart up from me. I'm looking down at my phone. When I look up, I hear a bitch say, that's the bitch sister that was fucking around with dude and it's that. When I looked up, I seen the bitch in the store. Bitch. I turn around and I look and I check out who she was talking to. I see who she talking to. When we started passing each other, I said, bitch, you don't want it. She was still talking shit and so was I. But by that time, Clyde had caught on to that I was talking shit, that the bitch was talking shit and I was talking shit. Clyde looked over at me. He's like, Monica, what's going on? I go in and tell him about who this bitch is. Clyde is so calm. Clyde, all this time that Clyde has been my brother, all this time that me and Clyde has been related, I have never seen Clyde come out of pocket. Immediately, he like pulled the cart over, Monica. He pulled his cart over. I pulled my cart over. He took his glasses off. When he took his glasses off, he put them in his pocket. By this time, we is in the cold food aisle where the glass things is at. By this time, Clyde put his glasses in his pocket. He was like, we getting ready to tear this motherfucking store up. I said, Clyde, listen to what I tell you. You don't know how bad we getting ready to tear this store up. You getting ready to have to call mom to get us out of jail. I said, because we getting ready to tear Walmart the fuck up. They never knew because they didn't know that my brother didn't look nothing like me. They never knew who he was. Immediately, Clyde switched over. He was so on point, I didn't have to say shit. Clyde already knew we was getting ready to tear this goddamn store up. Clyde like, Monica, you walk in front of me? I said, nope, I ain't walking in front of nobody. Clyde immediately turned around, looked down the aisle. He said, Monica, they disappeared too fast. I said, Clyde, listen to me. You get ready to call mom. So immediately, instead of me pushing my cart, now I went to the front of my cart. I'm pulling it. Clyde's still in front of me. He turns the corner. When he turned the corner, I see him look and check on the right side and the left side. He looking for the bitch. Now, keep in mind, in my head, I had already knew what I was going to do. She had these long motherfucking purple-ass braids. I was getting ready to wrap my hand in the braids, and I was going to put her through the frozen fruit aisle. In the frozen fruit thing, they was going to find her in that damn thing. So Clyde like, Michael, calm down. He's like, it's okay. He said, listen to me. I can get us out of jail. He said, don't even worry about it. He said, because ain't nobody going to put their hands on my sister. Right then, I knew then that my brother was on it. The reason why I told y'all this story is because I could not believe that my brother, out of all these years that he's been my brother, I have never seen him switch over to where me and him was almost like identical twins. We was getting ready to tear Walmart up to the point that when we got ready to check our stuff out, Clyde told me 2 reasons I knew I was going to have to whoop her. A, for coming to me about a dude about my sister. B, because if that girl had to put her hands on my brother and I had to explain to Mary King why my brother had got into a fight at Walmart, I was going to be in trouble by her and I was going to have to go to jail because you put your hands on my brother. So we go into the checkout aisle. The girl see us. She come around the cart. She come around the glass thing where the jury is at. She come around. She immediately go to the checkout. They disappear. Me and Clyde at the self-checkout, we checking stuff out, but I'm still looking at the perimeter. I don't see him. Clyde is so calm. Clyde like, Monica. He said, where your car at? I said, my car is way on the other side. I said, where you parked at? He said, I'm parked all the way in the front. He said, Monica, I'm going to walk you to your car. I said, you're not going to walk me to my car. No, you're not. I said, because listen to me. If I make it to my car, it's over for these bitches. Just like that, Clyde. Like, me and Clyde start going to the opposite direction, to the opposite exits. I get halfway in the middle of the exits. I hear Clyde call my name like, Monica. He said, I'm walking you to your car. He had a full cart of groceries. He walked me to the exit, to the point I got out. He looked around the parking lot to make sure. That's when I knew that my brother wasn't playing no games. See, at the end of the day, it wasn't about the fact that this girl had actually came for me about Margaret. Clyde was more upset that I got upset that they went to my mom's house. Because it's like I told Clyde when we was in the parking lot, I said, if mom had caught her on that porch, we would still be writing mom every month because mom would have killed her. Just to show her shit, my mother would have went after that girl. Nevertheless, I think I got more upset. I was upset because I didn't want my brother to fight. But I think I was more proud because my mom would have hurt that girl if she had caught her on the porch. But I think I was more proud that my brother was actually getting ready to fight with me to defend my sister, and he had never done this. Now, nevertheless, Clyde is not like me, Margaret and Monique. We was always the rough ones. The girls was always the rough ones. Clyde was always laid back and quiet. But for me to see that my brother actually was getting ready to do this, listen, I was more proud of my brother. I have never been more proud of my brother than I was yesterday in Walmart. Because when I tell you, it took not 33 seconds or less for my brother to switch over to one of the nastiest motherfuckers I had ever seen in my entire life. I was so proud of him. I was so proud to be his sister at that moment. I was so proud that he had. So listen to what I say. We got out of the store and Walmart is still standing. But when I say all this happened yesterday, and it has been on my mind so heavy since yesterday, I am so proud to be my brother's sister. No matter what goes on, I will always admire the fact that I got one brother and I got two sisters. A sibling bond is something that can't be broken. And I am so proud of you, Clyde. So at this moment, 10 out of 10, baby. Chef's kiss. That's it. So I'll see you in my next story. Bye.